Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, this is going to be our last pickpocketing video for a while. What I'm going to be doing is running through all the brand new pickpocketing methods which have come with 120 thieving and kind of evaluating them with XP rates, GP rates, and my overall feel about thieving them. Now, for this video, all of the XP rates and GP rates have come from doing this on the main account, and the main account has the following benefits to its account. So I've been using Crystal Mask, the Lightform Prayer, the 5-finger discount aura, the Master Camouflage set, the Thieving Cape with the Pickpocketing bag, and the Sticky Fingers. Now, if you have less of these items, you might have slightly less in terms of the XP rates, especially after doing this on 7-day bond. It is very noticeable that the Ardonge Cloak has a massive buff. If you are 99 thieving, your Thieving Cape acts as the Ardonge Cloak. What I would recommend if you're someone who wants to go in AFK thieving for 120, if you're going from 99, the Ardonge Cloak is one of those items which is quite invaluable. The thieving outfit you'll pick up over time by doing thieving, but the Ardonge Cloak will give you such a big buff over time. That combined with the Glove of Silence, a Magpie Familiar, and also the Feathered Finger Necklace will really help you out. And what I thought I'd do is release this video on the winter weeks for skillings. Now, if you didn't know, on this week, which finishes on the 21st of December, you have a 20% increase on your success of pickpocketing, which will dramatically improve your pickpocketing rates. Again, if you have the outfit I do, you'll pretty much be like no caught for most of the monsters. It's only Vys I've really been caught on. But if you have lesser items, you might still get caught on certain things. Just for an example, 7-day bond is 115 thieving as we're currently recording. It doesn't have anything apart from the 5-finger discount aura and the Master Camouflage. And with this buff, it can do Menaphite guards for a full 2 hours without getting caught. The professors are just a little bit too far at the minute, but I'm hoping to get it to the master professors sometime soon. However, we are not here for that. We are here to go through all of these brand new pickpocketing monsters with the XP and GP rates per hour. Now, in terms of the XP and GP rates, these have been off like a 2-hour aura and been working with my setup. So the first one is going to be Gobie. So Gobie's is 102 thieving. Now, Gobies are a little bit different for the rest. Whereas like TzHaar's, you can go and spend the currency quite quick. Gobies are a bit of a time investment. So if you're going to go and do this, you need to know that you're going to meet Gobies for a little bit of a while to go and get enough techie to go and buy the abilities. Now, if you don't have the Ardonge Cloak, or if you don't have a lot of the thieving buffs I do, Gobies are incredibly annoying. I skipped Gobies full stop on 7-day bond because what they do, they don't stun you, but instead they run off. And when they run off, they're very hard to catch. And especially if you get caught by a couple, they're very annoying because they're running all over the place. If you have the ability for them to be fully AFK, yeah, they're okay. But Gobies might be one which I would possibly skip and just start on the next pickpocketing creature. But in terms of where we currently are in terms of GP, once you've converted all your techie, Gobies are going to be roughly around 5 mil GP per hour, and they're going to be 1 mil XP. Now, what I would say as well, with so many people pickpocketing, because the update was just that good, a lot of the pickpocketing loots have crashed quite severely. Anything you're looking to sell from thieving, you need to sell long term. Put them in the Grand Exchange and go and do some more thieving and let them sell over time. You'll make more money off the back of that as well. Don't sell things incredibly quick. So Gobies are going to be roughly 1 mil XP per hour and 5.3 mil-ish GP from what I got from my 2 hours. Now, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of thieving buffs like 7-day bond, Gobies would, in my opinion, be 100% skip. I actually went to normal archaeologist for level 78 monster to replace these, but if you're someone who wants to do it, even if you get caught, 1 mil XP per hour is very good and it's very quick in terms of that. I think with Gobies, depending on what your setup is, depending on what your level is as well, and whether you've got the aura, there can be some very other valid options to do instead. Now, Menaphite guards, very underrated one in my opinion. These are an incredible way to get hard and elite clues. The items which you're getting from them are going to be things like extra fine sand, adamant salvage, and vital sparks as well. Really good ways to go and get some clues. And to be fair, this is up there with some of the other options. You're going to need 104 thieving for this, but it's going to be still very good XP. In terms of XP per hour, you're going to roughly looking about 1.2 mil. Bit of a big jump up from Gobies, and again, very close to things like a bank and a Grand Exchange as well, so that is very nice. GP has been sort of like jumping up and down a lot because of things like the extra fine sand going down a lot. I've got it to where I've got 6 mil-ish per hour, but again, it's because I've held my price on the sand, and the sand has sold for that kind of price. but it could definitely range anywhere between 5, maybe even 6.5 mil per hour, depending on what price you sell things on. But in my opinion, if you're going to do things like Menaphite guards, it's not really going to be the GP you're after. I think you'd be focused more on the clue scrolls. Again, incredible way to get hard and elite clue scrolls. Really good drop table for Iron Men as well, because you're going to get things like salvage, you're going to get all the extra fine sand for the sand flask, and you're going to get an incredible amount of clue scrolls as well for those fortunate components. Really good NPC and really good XP as well. 1.2 mil per hour and between 5.5 to 6.5 mil per hour is pretty solid in terms of a way to do some thieving. Now, Wizard Tower Mages. This was probably one of the more surprising NPCs out of all of them. I really thought that these wouldn't bring much GP in per hour, but as you can see, the price of the Dust and Steam Rune, yes, they've gone down a lot compared to what they used to be, but they're still pretty good profit. Now, when I did this was actually the best performing GP per hour in terms of thieving, but I would estimate it'd be more around 7.5 to 8 mil per hour, still very, very strong, but you are very much dependent on the rune prices for Dust and Steam and for them to sell as well. Now, they've already halved in price and I expect for them to go down a little bit more, but I would say at the minute, this is going to be more of a guess than an actual sort of GP value. I'd rate about 7.5 to 8 mil per hour. And in terms of XP, 1.4 mil XP for 106 thieving. Again, very strong for the Iron Men if you need these runes, but I think as well, as a sort of a bridge gap between Menaphite guards and things like archaeology professors, this is more of a GP driven one. You could make the case that you would do the guards for a little bit longer if you are someone who really enjoys clue scrolls. But for me, I would probably go to wizard guards because it'd be more GP per hour. And I'm not a big clue person. You guys know that. Maybe if I actually commit to my clue challenge for next year, we'll do Menaphite guards in that case, but for me, I would go and move on to the Wizard Tower Mages. Now, 108 Thieving brings, in my opinion, the top 2 NPC to pickpocket. So this presents you the Master Archaeologist. Now, this is going to give you a lot of items. One, it's going to give you profits. Now, even though the archaeology items have dropped severely over the past couple of weeks, there's still going to be some massive profit, especially ones specific to a dig site. Now, when it comes to archaeologists, whether it's the base or the professors, you need to do it at the dig site because that's going to give you so much more GP. If you do it at the campus, you're going to go and get the TzHaar soil and it's not worth a lot. Whereas if you do it at one of the other dig sites, you're going to get their soil and that's going to bring a lot more profits as well. Now, archaeologists give you an option to train your archaeology as well by giving you relics and a lot of GP and also tetrachromacies as well. It's the method I think I'm going to do for 200 mil. It also gives you binding contracts as well. And I just think through the sheer variety of loot, it's giving you so many things for so many different reasons. It can be a fantastic way to train archaeology by itself and also thieving and also make cash as well. I do think compared to some of the higher tier stuff, yes, it might not be as much XP, but in terms of the loot, it's giving you so much more different things to go towards as well. Now, in terms of GP, obviously it does depend on what dig site you want to go to. But from my experience, you're looking around 5 to 6 mil per hour and roughly 1.3 mil XP as well. Now, this is probably one of the better ones to do in my opinion. Like I've mentioned, this is probably what I'm going to do for 200 mil. But some things I would also have as well is a yak or some way of banking relics, because the relics can sort of fill your info out and you want to spend your aura or your time at the professors, not banking. So that's what I bring from my system. Again, I've done numerous videos on all the different dig sites if you want to go and check them out. Again, I'll mention it later on, but if you're looking for any videos on all these methods I'm going through, I have done separate videos on all of them. They will all be in the description for you guys to check out if you wanted to. But 108 for Master Archaeologist, very, very good. I would pick something which is assigned to a Tetracompass set as well. And if you're still going for 200 mil archaeology, that's the dig site I would focus on because you're going to get some materials essentially for free. To be the TzHaar, her traders at level 111 thieving. In terms of XP per hour, this is going to be just under 1.3 mil. And in my opinion, it's going to be roughly between 5 to 5.5 mil XP per hour. Now, the wiki states this might be a lot more, but this is off the value of a gem being what it currently is on the Grand Exchange. It will be significantly lower than that. And because of the things like the gems crashing quite severely in price, the real thing you hear for value-wise is going to be the toggle, which, yes, you do have a couple of different options on what to do in terms of a toggle, what to trade it for. The Rune Shop is quite a good use of a toggle. It's just kind of crashed a little bit. This is one, if you wanted to move off from the Master Professors, really good way, really good AFK, like all of these methods. But I don't know, I just think in terms of GP per hour, you could definitely do better. And 111 thieving, yeah, it's a decent gap after Professors. I just think Professors would be a lot better. But if you wanted to do this, again, if you're an Iron Man, incredible way for you to go and get some gems. Really good way to get some toll call if you want to sort of like fix the ring. And the strength amulets you can get at some point as well. But me personally, things like the Professors and also the Menaphite guards would outrank this. Just because I think their drop table are a lot more desirable or a lot more beneficial to like long-term account progression. But you do have the option to do this if you wanted to. So with 113 thieving, you can then move on to the fairy trader. Now, when I did my fairy trader video, I made a big mistake. You need to check what your seed aside is set up to destroy, because a lot of the seeds which the fairy trader gives you in terms of pickpocketing, I have set up to destroy. So I lost out on a fair bit of GP from spirit weed seeds and something else being destroyed. Now, in terms of XP, the Fairy Trader is still very good. It's 1.5 mil XP per hour. And in terms of cash, you're looking around 5 mil per hour as well. Now, the Fairy Trader has some very good drops it gives you, and then also some pretty meh drops. Like, the seeds in the wood spirits aren't great, but if you're someone who's not 200 mil summoning, this could be a fantastic way for you to get a lot of charms. The Fairy Trader is a very good charm dropper, and you'll get a couple hundred of each of the crimson and blue charms per hour by doing this as well. The Onyx Bolt Tips as well is also a very good drop which you receive from the traders, and yeah, it's not too bad. The only annoying thing about the traders is that when you get stunned, or how they stun you, is they transform you into the thing which the Xanaris area always does. It's a little bit annoying, but again, it's a very, very solid option. It's different to the Professors and is a better XP rate as well. It's what you kind of want to trade for and what you want to go with. In my opinion, on 7-day bond, I'm going to try and do the Professors as much as possible because the binding contracts and the artifacts is what suits me. But also, the charms could be very good if I ever wanted to progress 7-day bond to 200 mil. Again, all these different thieving NPCs are different options to what you want to sort of direct your account with. If you wanted to focus on fairies and get the charms and also get a fair bit of GP and better XP as well, that is also a very good option. But fairy traders are a very solid option. 113 thieving to do this as well, and it's going to be the best option for quite a decent time. The next one we're going to look at is 118. So for 5 levels, fairy traders will be the best thing you can thieve for thieving XP, and by a decent margin as well. In terms of XP per hour, these are going to be like 200k-ish better than the next best option. So really good NPC to thieve. Again, very unique and different drop table, but I like it. The fact that it drops the dust as well, the bolt tips, the wood spirits, very good for the Iron Men as well. Now, the final one we're going to go and look at is going to be the Vyrelord consumers. Now, these can be dotted around throughout all of Darkmire. The ones I always do are here, so you can actually now put them into the building with the bank. So if you're someone who wants to use the Thieving perk, which can damage you at times, this is a really good place to be, because the bank will always heal you. Now, Vyrelords are going to be the best XP by far. I've always got them to about 1,650 or 1.7k per hour. Incredible in terms of like their XP per hour. In terms of their drops, you have the ability to get the Ring of Vitor. It is very rare. I think the rate is either 1 in 10,000 or 1 in 20,000, so a very, very rare drop. So when I did my video, I got 3 in 10 hours. I definitely got spooned. I don't know how I got it that good, but it happens occasionally. Sometimes I go dry and it's absolutely brutal, but sometimes it does come through. And in that case, I did get very, very lucky. In terms of the drop table, very solid in what its items are. Blood runes, death runes are never really going to majorly crash. The congealed blood dough and the ruby necklace have pretty much imploded. They have gone so cheap. But you do get an incredible amount of GP per hour, like actual pure gold coins. These are going to roughly be about 1.3 to 1.4 mil per hour. Now, if you count in the Ring of Vitor, you can make upwards of about 10 mil per hour. But again, it depends if you're going to be on drop rate. It depends if you get lucky as well. Items dropping in terms like the congealed blood and stuff, I would rate this is more going to be 8 mil GP-ish per hour. But 1.6 mil XP per hour is absolutely crazy. If you use things like Crystal Mask, which I still think with the bonus we've got currently, I'm still going to have to use Crystal Mask. To get 8 mil per hour and 1.6 mil Thieving XP per hour, pretty much AFK is incredible and is one of the best ways I've AFK. Like, the reason I've got so much XP over this update is because I spent so long at Firewatches, but all of the methods we've gone through today have all been significantly over 1 mil XP. But yeah, in terms of my sort of like top 3, the Vyrelords just for like pure XP is very good, and also GP. I think the Professors are very good to build an account, especially if you've not got 200 mil archaeology, and for the possibility of a binding contract familiar to go up in price, you can make a lot of GP there. So if you're someone who's not 200 mil archaeology, I would kind of say professors are the best, but do it at a dig site. Don't do it at the campus. I also rate as well, like Menaphite, City Guards for the clue scrolls is very solid. A good way to go and get clues. And if I ever do sort of commit to clues, that's where I'm going to get them from. And then finally, I do think that the Wizard City Tower as well is very, very good. But that is my overview of all of them. I hope it's gone into enough detail for what you guys want. If you haven't, every single one of these videos will be in the description. Will also be in the corner of the video for you guys to check out as well. I've done all of these videos in detail, as well as going to visit all of the different dig sites and the archaeology professors there. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series of all the pickpocketing videos. I'll be backing off them for a little while because I don't want to sort of hammer this into the ground and just for you guys to see nothing but thieving videos. But let me know, how's your thieving experience gone? Which ones out of all the methods we've mentioned have you guys spent the most time at? Which one do you guys prefer? Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope it's helped. Really hope you've enjoyed as well. Thank you guys so much for all the support over these videos. They really have made a fantastic month for the channel. Like the thieving videos have done so well lately that it's really helped the channel to sort of like blow up a bit. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.